guys, the bot builder back, and this is the series finale of Robot Wars Omega Maximum Overdrive. Yes, this has been a great season, but now we are on episode 8, the final episode. And this episode is hoping to be one awesome one, as it is the champion of champions. Yes, that's right. All the champions. We have the All-Stars champion, the US champion, the Tag Team Terror champions, the War of the Weapons champion, and the recently crowned Annihilator champion in a mini tournament to see which champion is the best. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it by taking a look at the lineup. So here is the lineup for our first round. Coming up later in our second first round melee, we'll be having the destructive Cobalt, the War of the Weapons champion, one half of the Tag Team Terror champions Tornado, and Deathroll, the recently crowned Annihilator champion. But first, we have the US champions Whiplash, the All-Stars champion Firestorm VI, and the other half of the Tag Team Terror champions Storm 2. So let's get to the arena for our first fight. And in the core patrol zone for the CPZs for our first fight. Well, he's a good boy, aren't you? Oh, you're a good boy. It's Growler. So yeah, here we are. Our first fight of the Contest of Champions. We have Whiplash, the US champion. Did very well. They beat Megabyte. Controversially, some would say as Megabyte's shell did get knocked off by Rhino, but that is in the rules, and they took advantage of it, flipping Megabyte up and over. That's how they won the US championships. We also have Firestorm VI. Got an amazing victory on Spectre by flipping them out of the arena with only 2 seconds left on the clock. Bit lucky, some would say, but it was still a very impressive victory. And we have one half of the Tag Team Champions, Storm 2, with their good front-hinge flipper and good pushing power. They slammed Toxic Crusader out of the arena to win the Tag Team title. I've already said who's in the CPZs, so let's get this first fight started. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1... Activate. So, already Whiplash are revving up their vertical speeder and going after Storm 2. Storm 2 getting wedged up by Whiplash, but Firestorm coming in with a great little lift right there and onto Whiplash. But Storm 2 getting in it behind the Firestorm, and Firestorm are being pushed around at the minute, and Whiplash are now on their side. Storm 2 are pushing Whiplash back. Whiplash, though, they do go back down. Just to let you know, all the robots in this episode will be competing in Series 2 as just a little reward for winning their title. And Firestorm now getting in underneath Storm 2 is a good little flip. And Firestorm now trying to get in underneath Whiplash, and Whiplash are being flipped up and over. And Firestorm, oh! A good little flip right there and onto Whiplash. But Storm 2 seems to have a bit of a malfunction with their weapon. Their weapon has seemed to have gone wrong, hasn't it? Their weapon seems to be stuck up. Their stream mate, they can't self-right, so they just sort of got this weird-looking ramming rod. And now, in comes Whiplash, who are trying to take advantage of Storm 2's bad situation. Firestorm coming in with a good little flip with their front-hinge flipper. But in comes Growler coming in at behind, who are now going to try and come for a little bit of a nibble in onto Storm 2. I do think Storm 2's stream mech isn't working anymore. They do have a bit of trouble, but now Growler is slamming them into the arena wall. Meanwhile, Firestorm are trying to take care of Whiplash, and Whiplash going on top of Growler just then. Very, very odd. And getting in a good little hit with their vertical spinner, and Firestorm getting lifted up by Whiplash. Whiplash lifting Firestorm up onto their side. Growler goes back in his corner. Storm 2 though, no, their stream mech is working. Their stream mech is working fine, and now they're coming in with a good little ram right there and onto Whiplash. Firestorm though does get back up and over, and are going to try and flip both Whiplash and Storm 2 up and out of the arena. They seem to be going after Storm 2 here though. They probably see Storm 2 as maybe the easier target here, because they don't have to deal with the vertical spinner of Whiplash. Whiplash trying to get in underneath Firestorm. Storm 2 though getting flipped by Firestorm once again, and Whiplash now coming in for a good hit in the back of Firestorm 6. Whiplash now lifting Firestorm up and are trying to pin them. Storm 2 does get back down, and are they going to come in their own front hinge flipper? Yes, they do. Trying to get in underneath Whiplash. Firestorm self-right. Now, Firestorm, they did win the All-Stars champion. They beat Donald Fump to win it. Storm 2. Oh, Storm 2, they've had that issue with that streamer yet again, but now, Firestorm strength 2 close to Growler now. And Growler coming in with several good rams. Although I do think this battle is indeed going to go to the judges, and it should be a very close battle. Oh, one last good hit from Whiplash, and again, Firestorm does get away. Cease. Well, it does go to the judges. And you know the criteria, they'll be looking for damage, control, and aggression. Should be very tough as all machines were working near the end and it was a very close melee. But the judges have made their decision based on damage, control, and aggression. And they believe that the two robots who should go through to the next round are Whiplash and Firestorm VI. Well done to them. Commiserations to Storm 2. They were beaten out by, well, two better machines, really. The judges say that Storm 2 just weren't aggressive or damaging enough. And they're gone. Well done to Whiplash and Firestorm. They go through to the semi-finals. Right, so after that very close first round, we see the one half of the tag team champions, Storm 2, be eliminated. Will we see the other half of the tag team title, Tornado, be eliminated? Well, Tornado did get a very good ram out the arena on Corrosive to win their tag team title, but they got two deadly spinners to contend with. The first is the War of the Weapons champion, Cobalt. Won that after sending both Spectre and Rapid out the arena, but they did get into a bit of trouble when both them and Accident got flipped over at the same time. It was a double KO, meaning it had to go to the judges, who ruled that Cobalt, due to the more damage, deserved to get the win. So they're here for that, doing it for the spinners, but they have another spinner to contend with in Deathroll, the recently crowned Annihilator champion. Such a destructive spinner. They destroyed everybody, including the likes of Duck 2.0, Bearmoth, and Lucky. And they're hoping to add another trophy to their cabinet. And the Corn Patrol Zone for the CPZs, we have the bad boy of Robot Wars Omega. It's Rhino. You better not slam any machines out the arena when they're not immobilized this time, Rhino. Ugh. Stupid uncooperative house robots. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Now, Tornado are using their Spinner Killer Scoop for this fight! And oh my god, did you just see how quick that was? Cobalt are still standing in the arena. I think they're a bit shocked. Tornado just punted Deathroll out of the arena and the Spinner Killer has worked. Oh my god. Cease. That has to be one of the quickest fights in Robot Wars Omega history. Probably not as quick as Mag 5 versus Seraphim, but what a quick elimination. Tornado, Deathroll hit the Scooper Tornado and they bounced out the arena. Oh, that's such a shame as well. I was hoping Deathroll could do well, but no. Instead, it'll be Tornado and Cobalt progressing to the semi-finals. So after that spectacularly short fight, Deathroll go back down under. Seems that their unbeaten record has now been shattered. But Whiplash still have an unbeaten record, so will they continue it in the next round against Cobalt in our second semi-finals? Well, we have one other match to get through first in Firestorm versus Tornado. So let's get to the arena for this awesome fight. So here are both machines. Firestorm All-Stars champion did pretty well in the first round. Took control of Storm 2 quite nicely. Did get in some good flips on Whiplash as well. But they got Tornado to deal with. Tornado punted Cobalt out of the arena with their Spinner Killer Scoop. They're not taking on a spinner this time though, so they've put on the vertical spinner as they want to cause some good damage. Yeah, and they're also hoping to avenge the loss of their tag team partner, Storm 2. And in the Core Patrol Zone for the CPZs, we have Rhino and Matilda, who are both machines who unfairly eliminated a competitor in the Annihilator. Oh boy, this is going to go well, isn't it? Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. No. Activate. activate. Now, this should be a very interesting tussle right here. And Firestorm immediately coming in with a great flip right there and onto Tornado. Tornado are getting flipped up and over. Now, this fight is kind of a rematch from Grand Slam. And that time, Tornado came out on top after slamming Firestorm out the arena. So, will Firestorm get revenge here? Well, Tornado also beat Firestorm in Robot Wars Series 6, but they have the scoop, and they have the scoop for that, but Tornado, they don't have, well, they have a spinner killer scoop, but that's not meant for taking on flippers. The spinner is for everything else, but currently right now, Firestorm are controlling them right here at the minute. Tornado are getting back down, and Tornado are now trying to push Firestorm back, and coming in with a good slam right there at the back, and again, slamming Firestorm into the arena wall, and Firestorm getting Tornado stuck up, and Tornado seems to be getting pinned. Oh, Firestorm, you should have just left Tornado there. They would have been well eliminated and well not counted out. We don't have a ref bot, but they would have been well food for the house robots. But now Tornado are pushing Firestorm back, and currently this is a very, very good tussle. And Firestorm coming in with yet another good flip, and I think that might be the coup de grace needed to beat Tornado. And Tornado are stuck up on their side. They're stuck up on their side, they can't move, their wheels aren't touching the arena wall, and a very well-timed and controlled flip by Firestorm. And I think that is it for Tornado. And now Matilda comes out of the corner to deal with Tornado. Oh, coming in with that vertical spinner. We saw this happen to them when they fought Bite Force Tornado. They can't deal when being flipped on their side. They're back up and over. Oh, but Rhino is slamming Tornado back. You think you can outpush me, the legendary Rhino? What a joke. Oh, and slamming Tornado up again, and then very nearly out the arena. I think Matilda's going to give him the coup de grace. Out you go. And Firestorm progressed to the Champion of Champions final. Seats. Well done to Firestorm. The All-Stars champions, certainly living up to their name, beat Tornado after pinning them onto their side. Great control. Bad luck to Tornado, though. They look strong, but they're out. But who will face Firestorm in the Champion of Champions Grand Final? Well, will it be Whiplash? The US champions did pretty well in the first round, caused some good damage in onto Storm 2. Also have that good lifter as well. They are taking on a machine which can't self-right, so maybe they will use their lifter to good effect to try and flip over Cobalt. Yeah, they might try and use the lifter to flip over Cobalt, but Cobalt do have a low wedge at the front, and that devilish vertical spinner didn't really do anything in the first round. It was mostly Tornado. It was over so quickly, they didn't really have a chance to. They do have a vicious vertical spinner, though, and they're hoping to shred up Whiplash. And then the Corn Patrol Zone for the CPZ. The biggest disappointment to ever live. Yeah, hang your head in shame. It's Virus. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Oh, so we have two vertical spinners in the same battle. One of them the biggest and the other one's one the smallest. Should be very interesting to see who will come out on top here. And Cobalt are trying to rev up that vertical spinner and now trying to come in at the side of Whiplash. Whiplash, though, if they want to beat Cobalt, I don't think they are going to need their vertical spinner to beat them. They are going to try and get underneath them with their lifter, but Cobalt have a very low wedge. And now they're trying to knock Whiplash back up and over. Now Cobalt, as I said, they did win more of the weapons, so they are used to taking on deadly spinners. And Whiplash are a pretty vicious spinner. It's kind of more about the lifter, though, than anything. And now they've gotten in underneath Cobalt, and now they're pushing them. And are they going to try and lift Cobalt up and over? Cobalt, no! Cobalt just survives the lift from Whiplash. They just survived the lift, and now there's a good hit from that vertical spinner once again from Cobalt. This is a major improvement from Carbide, I have to say. Sure, Carbide had invertibility, but Cobalt just have the more overall destructive capability and power. And they are now trying to shred Whiplash up again, and Whiplash getting sent knocked back, flying away. And Cobalt coming in with another good hit right there. In comes Virus. Maybe trying to come with a good little lift right down onto Whiplash. Whiplash are being lifted up, and Virus have got a good grab of them, and in comes Cobalt, revving up their spinner once again to maybe cause some more damage to Whiplash. Whiplash, can they self-right? Yes, they do. Oh, another massive hit with that deadly spinner, though. And Cobalt looked very impressive thus far. He didn't do anything in the last round, but they've certainly impressed. But it could all go sour if Whiplash can just get that lifter in underneath. And, well, lift them up and over. Just like what they're going to try and do here. Oh! Oh, look at that. Is that what they need to do it? Oh, Cobalt upended. Whiplash, their lifter seems to be stuck. Their lifter seems to be stuck, but Cobalt! Yes, they've done it! Oh, look at that! What a comeback that was by Whiplash! And Whiplash... Oh, Whiplash, they do look a little bit battered and tattered and torn. But Cobalt have been flipped up and over. And are now at the mercy of Virus. That is such a shame for Cobalt. They were doing so well. Virus catches them in the grabber. And I think they're going to try and dump Cobalt out the arena. Go on, Cobalt, get out. They're out of the arena. And what a victory that was from Whiplash. Cease. Well, that just shows you the driving skill and durability of Whiplash. I honestly thought Cobalt were going to win that. They were just punting Whiplash all over the arena, causing some good hits. But Whiplash did find a way, get underneath with the lifter, and flip them over. Such a shame for Cobalt. They did very well, though, but it just wasn't enough to take down Whiplash. So it comes down to this. The Champion of Champions final. We have Firestorm with the front hinge flipper. The All-Stars champions, they beat many good machines in the All-Stars, such as Donald Thump, Apollo, and Spectre. And they did also quite well in the first round melee, getting in some good flips onto Storm 2, and also pinning Tornado, flipping them onto their side. They could do well here. The All-Stars champions looking strong, but they're also up against a pretty strong machine in their own right in the US champs Whiplash. On their way to the US champions, they beat the then US champions Bite Force before taking out RoboGame veteran Sewer Snake, before taking out Megabyte. With a bit of help from the House Robots. They also did quite well in the first round, causing some good damage to Storm 2, but they did struggle against Cobalt. But they did get in underneath with the lifter, lifted them up to get the win. So, it should be a very interesting fight between the front hinge flipper and the spinner lifter combo. And in a major fight like this, the Champion of Champions final, we've chucked in all the House Robots. We have Virus, Growler, Matilda, and Rhino. No corner is safe. So let the Champion of Champions final begin. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. So, Firestorm and Whiplash. This should be a very good Champion of Champions final. And immediately Whiplash have gotten in underneath Firestorm and are trying to push him into Matilda. But Firestorm's wedge has just gotten in underneath Matilda just then. Seems that plan totally backfired Whiplash. But Whiplash do get back up and over and self-right. This really is going to be the battle of the drivers. Both machines are incredibly well driven. Matt, I believe that's how you say his name, of Whiplash, and Alex Morger of Firestorm, both excellent drivers. Growler grabbing Firestorm and slamming them to the arena wall, but that was a good flip right there from Firestorm in onto Whiplash. But now Growler trying to come for a little bit of a doggy nibble, and trying to come for a good slam right there. Now, Team Firestorm used to have other members like Graham Bone and Hazel Heslop, but now it's just Alex Mordew, the sole survivor of Team Firestorm. For Firestorm, really. And, oh, that was a good little flip right there from Whiplash. Whiplash flipping Firestorm up and over, but Firestorm coming in with a good little flip right there and onto Whiplash. Whiplash do get flipped up and over, but they do recover from it very quickly. Whiplash now coming in with a good little flip right here and onto Firestorm. Now, Whiplash are very similar to Alex Mordew's other machine, Sore Loser. So maybe they would know how to take down a machine like this. Well, I think the only way to take down a machine like this is just to, well, outdrive them, it seems. And in comes Rhino, who are coming in with a good push right there with their very speedy skid steer system, pushing power. And in comes Matilda with a good little flip right there onto Whiplash. Firestorm getting in underneath Growler though. I don't think that was their intention. I think that was a driving error. And in comes Whiplash, who are lifting Firestorm up. They aren't the most powerful lifter, and their spinner isn't the most powerful. It's just a well-driven machine with the combination. And now they've flipped them into Virus's corner, and Virus have gone in with a good grab right here onto Firestorm and showing them to the crowd. Virus, Good boy. And, oh, a great little slam right there from Rhino. Firestorm. They are struggling right here at the minute, and Whiplash do come with a good hit with their vertical spinner. Firestorm now flipping Whiplash up and over and onto their side, but Whiplash are upending, but yes, they do self-right. And this is a very close final, this is. Firestorm getting flicked up and over. This is a great way to close off Maximum Overdrive with a good, close final tussle, and Firestorm flicks Whiplash into Matilda's corner, and Whiplash do get back down. And oh, another massive hit from the vertical spinner. And Firestorm look to be in a bit in trouble right here. Whiplash are retaliating back with their good vertical spinner. And another good hit right there. And Whiplash lifting Firestorm up onto their side. Firestorm self-right. And Firestorm now Whiplash. Whiplash is lifting armor on top of Firestorm's wedge. That is not what they wanted to do. But I think this fight is going to go to the judges any moment now. Cease. Oh, both robots struggling to gain more power over the other, perfectly symbolising how close that fight was. But either way, this fight does go to the judges. And you know the criteria they're looking for: damage, control, and aggression. And it's incredibly close. In fact, it is indeed a split decision. The judges feel that the more aggressive were Firestorm. They felt that the more controlled, though, were Whiplash. So it all comes down to damage. And I think you can know which way this is going, considering it's a spinner versus a non-spinner. The judges say that the champion of champions are the US champions, Whiplash! Yes, well done to Whiplash. They put out the fire. And they are the champion of champions. Well done to them. And what a performance that is by Whiplash. And commiserations to Firestorm. They did very well to get this far. They did very well to get to the champion of champions final. But Whiplash just, well, outdrove them and caused them more damage. Barely edging it out on the judge's decision. And that means Whiplash are our champion. The first ever champion of champions. And until then, and they will be back for Series 2. I'm sure of it. And, well, and I'll see you lot again next time. Not sure for what. But until then, well, Bot Builder, out.